Family, there is military coup d'etat in Guinea-Bissau. The military took over the control of the entire country, seized everybody, and they are in charge of the country as I'm talking to you. Before we get into the detail, can you hit the like button for me and also subscribe to be part of the family? Please do that for me, all right? Family is growing thanks to you. Now, something strange happened. After the military coup d'etat, Ghana came in swiftly, immediately, and condemned the coup d'etat. They released a statement which I'm going to read after we get into the detail. Ghana coming in to condemn is strange and unusual. The reason why I said it is strange and unusual is because the main body of ECOWAS and African Union have not yet released their statement before Ghana released a statement. What happened is that there was a joint statement from the delegations from African Union and ECOWAS who went there to observe the election. They were observing the election before the military took over. So they give their account with joint statement like a body of ECOWAS and African Union, but the main institution has not yet released the statement. After these observers released their statement, then Ghana came in before even the entire body of ECOWAS or African Union can release a statement. That is why I said it is strange. I'm going to read the two statements from Ghana and the body that was sent there. They are in the country observing and the military took over. They are joint statement representing ECOWAS and African Union. I'm going to read that also. Let's get right into the details. What exactly happened? A group of army officers in Guinea-Bissau, they call themselves High Military Command for the Restoration of Order. The name tells us that the purpose of this group is to restore order. Because of the name, High Military Command for the Restoration of Order. They have announced on Wednesday, 26 November 2025, that they are taking over the control of the entire country until further notice. They suspended the country's entire electoral process, including any results that were due. So this thing happened in the middle of electoral process, when after election and people were waiting for result, then they came in. What caused the whole thing? They also suspended media broadcasts and programs. Let's look at what exactly triggered the takeover and what else happened. Gunshots were heard earlier, according to report on Wednesday, near the presidential palace in the capital city of Guinea-Bissau. In addition to that, close to the offices of the Electoral Commission, there were gunshots also. Now, on Tuesday, a day before the takeover, both the president, the former president, should I call it? The incumbent president, Umaru Embalo, that's his name, and the main challenger, that is the main opposition, whose name is Fernando Diaz. Each of these two, they claim they had won the election. Yes, both of the candidates claim victory, even though official result had not yet been announced. The president, who is running for a second term, declared that, yeah, I won the election. And then the opposition also is saying that, yeah, we have won the election. Then there is tension, solid tension in the country. When something like that happens, both parties and their supporters, they are having hope. So when the election is, result comes out, and if favor the other side, then there is chaos. So that alone should tell you that the tension in the country is so high and can cause chaos after the final result is out. So the military came in and said, no, we are not going to wait until this nonsense happens. Then people will hit the street and they will give us command to start buying people left and right. We are seizing everything. How can both of you declare that you have won the election? This will cause chaos. Unlike other countries that the chaos will begin and the military will come in, no. The military said no, they will not wait until the chaos starts. They seize the country. That is why you have the High Military Command for the Restoration of Order taking over the country to do what? Set order. Because the country is going towards the path of disorderliness. What did the military do after seizing power? The army declared that it had assumed full power of the state. They shut down all borders, land, sea, and air. They suspended travel in and out of the country. They imposed a curfew and close or suspend major institutions and media outlets. No media operation is going on. They are in charge of the communication. If anything that somebody needs to know outside, currently as we speak, it has to come from the military. The movement and governance of the country across the country is solidly in the hand of the military. Who is involved in this conversation? Who is affected? After the military takeover, the president, who is running for a second term, is being arrested by the military. Main opposition, who declared himself also as the winner, Fernando, also together with those who are linked to him, were also reportedly detained by the military. So the citizens of Guinea-Bissau are under the military control. Elections are postponed, media suspended, borders closed, and the whole country is now in uncertainty. We don't know what is going to happen next. Then Ghana came into the picture unexpectedly on the same day that the military took over. the Foreign Ministry of Ghana actually released a statement. Or let me put it this way. The government of Ghana released a statement through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it was a press release. The headline said, Ghana condemns military takeover in Guinea-Bissau. Let me read the detail for you. Accra, 26 November 2025. The government of the Republic of Ghana strongly and unequivocally condemns the coup d'etat carried out by elements of the military in the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. This unconstitutional usurpation of authority represents a direct assault on democratic governance and disrupt the electoral process that follow at the peaceful conduct of presidential and legislative election on 23rd November 2025. The government of Ghana viewed this development with profound concern and expressed deep dissatisfaction at the brazen attempt to overturn the will of the people of Guinea-Bissau. The action has dangerously interrupted the democratic trajectory of the nation and obstructed the anticipated announcement of the election result scheduled for 27th November 2025. Ghana calls for the immediate restoration of constitutional order in Guinea-Bissau and urge all actors to respect the democratic process. Any grievances arising from the election must be addressed solely through peaceful, transparent, and legal recognized mechanism. The government of Ghana further demand that the security and fundamental right of all citizens and foreign nationals be safeguarded. Particular emphasis is placed on the protection of officials of the ECOWAS election observation mission currently deployed in Guinea-Bissau, whose safety and secure passage must be guaranteed without delay. Ghana appealed to the people of Guinea-Bissau to remain calm, exercise maximum restraint, and avoid actions that may escalate tensions. The government of Ghana reaffirmed its full support for ECOWAS and the African Union in their coordinated response to the situation in accordance with regional and continental protocol on democracy, good governance, and constitutional rule. That is for Ghana. Let me read also the statement of the observers who were in the image of African Union and ECOWAS. All right, read the heads of the African Union observation mission, the ECOWAS election observation mission, and the West African Elders Forum note the orderly and peaceful conclusion of the voting process for the presidential and legislative election held on 23rd November 2025 in the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. Despite this encouraging development, we express deep concern with the announcement of coup d'etat by the armed forces while the nation was waiting for the announcement of the result. It's regrettable that this announcement came at a time when the missions has just concluded meeting with the two leading presidential candidates who assure us of their willingness to accept the will of the people. We deplore this blatant attempt to disrupt the democratic process and the gains that have been achieved thus far. We request the African Union and the ECOWAS to take the necessary step to restore constitutional order. We express deep concern over the arrest of top officials, including those that are in charge of the electoral process. In this regard, we urge the armed forces to immediately release the detained officials to allow the country's electoral process to proceed to its conclusion. We call on the people of Guinea-Bissau to remain calm, and we reaffirm our commitment to supporting the country for its democratic path. In this respect, we underscore the importance of preserving peace, stability, and the well-being of the Bissau Guinean people during this sensitive period. This is a joint statement from the ECOWAS delegation and African Union delegation and the Elders Forum. They are reporting what they saw there and urging the African Union, the body that sent them there, the ECOWAS, to come in and say something about the situation and condemn it. Then before we open our eyes, Ghana is at the front line. I know Ghana coming in swiftly like this, got me a little bit surprised. I wasn't expecting this. This is telling me that is there something our government is aware of, we are not aware of? I don't know. But let's analyze the whole thing. The military taking over is to prevent what happened in Tanzania, what happened in Cameroon, whenever there is election, what happened in Togo, when both parties would declare that they have won. And after the official result is out, there is chaos because these people say we have won. The other person say we have won. And soldiers will not have to be battling on the street. They will be giving order to shoot citizens. So the military, they don't want to wait until they get to that level. So they pick over or they took over the country in the middle of tension rising in the country. They don't want to wait until the tension arises. This is just my assessment. Now, the other side of the coin is this. Assuming the military kept quiet, and the tension erupt, command is given to them, and they are buying citizens in this country. We are not going to see Ghana giving statement on this by this time. African Union will not give statement. There wouldn't be any statement from other country or institution like ECOWAS and African Union when or if the citizens are being put on the street for demonstrating that we have won, this one say we have won, and there's chaos all over. You see them keeping quiet. How many people died? They will not say anything about it, like what happened in Tanzania. But when the military come in and say, no, this tension will not wait until it raises its head and our people will begin to die, we are taking over to restore order. Condemnation is coming left and right. I don't know the motive of the military. We are watching to see what is going to happen. So you have Guinea there under military control and Guinea-Bissau under military control. What is going to be the fate and the future of Guinea-Bissau from now on? I have no idea. But the bottom line is this. If assuming there is chaos or the chaos start, because definitely after the election result will be out, there will surely be chaos because the tension is there. People will hit the street. No, we will not agree. We no go agree. We no go agree because two people, you will not wait. Both of you declare that you have won. That is what normally brings chaos in every country. So the security of the country is already even at risk before the military took over. Let's understand the situation like that. It was in the middle of electoral process. The official result is supposed to come out on 27th. Then the tension in the country, the military took over, detained both parties. Because they are trying to cause chaos. You should have waited until the final result is out. Now you both have claimed victory, putting tension in the country. When the chaos starts, both of you will be alive. Innocent citizens will die. We are taking over to restore order. So obviously, African Union will come out and condemn the coup d'etat. ECOWAS will come out and condemn the coup d'etat. International communities will come out and condemn the coup d'etat. Democratic countries will come out and condemn the coup d'etat. But one thing is clear, that in this coup d'etat or the military takeover, there has not been casualty. They didn't harm anybody. Nobody died, although there were gunshot heard closer to the electoral office and the presidential palace. I think, I don't know whether that was in the process of taking over. The gunshot that was heard in close to the office of the electoral commission is reportedly not from the military. And it's supposed, or it's showing that there was tension rising already and military took over. The one at the presidential palace was reportedly from the military, but the one that happened closer to the electoral commission, the report says that they can't confirm if it's from the military or not. So in other words, the military took over to avoid chaos in the country. When Tanzania, I don't know how many of you watched the CNN videos of how many people die, how they shoot people randomly on the street and people die throughout the protests. I didn't see Ghana making comment on that. Africa Union did not make comment on that. Nobody is making comment on that. Only the international community are making comment on that. African continent, everybody is quiet. It takes us to be talking about that. Assuming there was military takeover in Tanzania, all of them will come out, we condemn. Citizens die, no condemn. Military took over to, restore order, we condemn. I don't know. The whole thing is a mess up situation. Family, I'll keep you updated. Let me know your thought on this issue in the comment section. Respect.